Welcome back to the DTE Bishop's YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe our videos. This is part 2 of the toy design project. So, you remember from the last video we drew out our 2 designs and we went around them in black pen just to ink them in. You can see how well they look and that they stand out. So, all I'm going to do is apply some light colours to this to give my robots some identity. So, first bit I'm doing here, I'm just going to do this little panel, and you notice I'm colouring it orange. I'm going to then do it lightly in orange. I'm going to add a bit of brown into it. I'm going to decide which part my light is coming in from, so my lightest side, my darkest sides, and I'm going to add some colour and shade to the design as well, so it doesn't become one standard colour. So this side I'm working on now, that's going to be my darkest side. So as the colours added to the design, it takes a while, but as it's added to the design, you'll start to see that it's going to be shaded in and have shades, just to give it a bit more personality, make it look more realistic. So what I'm going to use is, because I want it in a silvery colour, I am just going to use a pencil to shade some of this, which is completely fine. So I'm going to use the pencil and I'm going to start shading. Now you can do it in lines. I was told that if you actually do it in little circles, you'll get a much more even and smoother finish to your work. So we'll just watch this for a bit now as it shades in the sides, and then I'll come back and tell you the next bit afterwards. Now you might just notice I'm just colouring in, or shading in I should say, the legs and parts of the robot there. Now this is a curved surface, so to get a better finish on it, I want to start darker on the edges and bring it lighter into the middle, so it gives you that curved surface effect. So we'll just finish off his feet and then we'll move to the other surface. So what you should notice on the sketch that I've drawn out there with the shading, that the right hand side as we look at it, that has all been shaded in. So that's going to become my darkest side. So the other 2 sides need to be lighter than what we've done there. So I'm going to start on the top, and hopefully you'll notice that it's just a little bit lighter, so it's not as dark, but we're still putting some colour down there just to shade the design of the robot in. That's all the shading done with the pencil. You'll notice I've now picked up a blue pencil, and I'm just going over that shading with a blue pencil. The main front of the robot's going to be actually shaded in that light blue, so all I'm doing now is just adding a little bit of blue on top of my pencil marks that I've already used to shade, just to give it that blue tinge that it needs. So it looks like, yes, it's shaded, but it needs to add that blue colour in there because it's in the shadow, the light's coming from that side, or sorry, I should say that there's no light coming from that side. So now I can start adding my blue colour in. Pencil, just move it around, make sure your pencils are sharp always, and it's now just going to get coloured in blue. So we're adding that blue, so it gives us that nice contrast against the orange part, the part where he's been a bit rusty, that he's had to repair himself. So I'm just now going to go over in the blue. Okay, so now I'm moving on to my second robot design, or the first one I drew. So I'm going to start doing this green, and again, because he's curved, the light reflects on them slightly differently. So with cylindrical objects, normally you get darker on the edges and it becomes lighter in the middle. Now the top part is a bit hard to do because it's a dome shape, so it gets dark and lighter in quite a lot of places. But when we come on to do the body, you'll see that a bit more clearer what we're going to do. So when I do the body, I'm going to start dark on the edges, so the outside edges of the body are going to be coloured darker, and as I come into the middle where that dial and things are, that's where it's going to be the lightest. So it's a graduated shading that we're looking for across there. We're trying to get it on the dome there, and you'll notice the very top of the dome is meant to be as light as possible, but once I get my pencil out of the way, you'll be able to hopefully see what we're doing there. So unfortunately my hand is covering it, but in a moment you'll see the idea. So as I work from this side now, we're going to be darkest on the edge, coming through to lighter as we get to the middle, so a graduated colour. Again, that top ring there needs to be quite dark because it's going to be in shadow. So hopefully now you can just see that idea of that graduated colour, so it's darker on the edges, coming to lighter in the middle there. All these little things are just going to help to improve the design of what you're doing and how it's going to look, and make your presentation of your work a lot higher quality. So once we've added the green on there, we're now going to think about some contrasting colours. So in this case I'm going to be using the orange, so orange and green contrasting colours is going to help him stand out, and I'm just going to add some highlight bits, so the arms, the shoulder joints, etc. in orange, just to make it stand out that a little bit more. So we're just finishing off the last few bits in some green. We'll add a bit of black to make the tan tracks and a bit of shade in there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please keep watching to the end. Again, like and subscribe to the DT Bishop's YouTube channel. Thanks again for watching. See you soon.